Hello, this is Yanis from Money Repair. Today we will go through a MacBook repair. The model is a1706 that, after a cleaning and opening attempt, came with an error. Let's go and see how we will deal with this. This is the MacBook. We have removed this lid, this battery cover, and we will see that the owner tried to open it with a scraper tool, and with this tool just ripped off some components on the left of the computer. I'm putting the battery cover back because I want to show you what he found and sent us and the size of these components that he ripped. They are tiny, as you can see, tiny, very tiny. It's not a proper word, I know, but in addition, as you can see, in this tiny IC, all the copper pads are on the chip. So this is making our work more complex. You can see the copper pads that are attached on the bottom side of the chip. You can see these brown little pieces. They are copper traces that are ripped, and we must restore them in order for the notebook to work properly. Now let's go and see under the microscope where was the chip soldered and the condition of the area in order to make all the things right, to accept the chip and the components missing. This is the capacitor that was brought to us as ripped. Let us check how the damage was done. We can see that it is very close to the opening, so with a guitar pick maybe he just pushed and cut these things. It is easy if you are not very careful. I think it should be something metal because it was a metallic pick that caused all this damage. This is the position of the IC that was ripped. You can see the missing pads. We will clean a bit in order to see better, because we must trace the missing traces. As you can see, some of them are near and can be jumpered easily. This is a resistor. Later we will see that this resistor, which is vertical to a capacitor on the right, it is an 0 ohm resistor that has a rip pad and must be fixed too. Let's go and see the board view. This is the resistor we were watching missing. This is a 0 ohm resistor. This is the capacitor that we have on our Kapton tape. This capacitor is present, but this is off. Fortunately, it is a 0 ohm resistor. This is the most difficult pad because it is absent in the upper layer, in the upper surface of the board. It is only connected on the bottom side of the board, with no any visual and any obvious trace. So we must restore it or make a long jumper wire, which is not our first priority. The other pads are easy to make, but speaking about the ease of the things, these pads are very, 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 very tiny. So the job is difficult because there is no space to work for the jumpers to mount. So let's go and do the traces. We will scrape a bit the area around the pads in order for the copper to reveal itself and make the things easier for us to solder the jumpers. We're using our tweezer. We could use a nail polisher, a mayant, or something. A tool that can scrape a razor that I'm using now. Whatever can reveal these pads without wasting this board. Now we will try to find a way, because the upper two dots are ground, as you can see, and the down right pad, which is missing, it is this difficult pad that we were talking about previously. We will clean it a bit. The soldering iron did its job. Now we will add some soldering paste in order to make the things bigger on the dots, in order to mount some solder on the dots. We're using our heat gun. Of course, some balls were created, as you can see, and they are ground. We are cleaning a bit because no solder balls around is good for the board. We are trying to make ourselves easier with these dots missing. It's not an easy job to do. Okay, we have no shorts on this pad. We're double, triple checking. Now it's the time to add some jumper wire. We are trying to align it in the right position. We will anchor on the existing trace and add some solder on the pad in order to make things easier for soldering. We'll clean a bit. We will check with our multimeter the continuity that should connect on the resistor pad, which is 0 ohms and missing. It is okay. We will go forward and do all the traces missing, all the jumpers, and we will leave the most difficult for you to see. That are the jumpers that we have done. And we have left on the right side are three pads, two ground pads, and the most difficult of these, the ground pads are now connected and masked, and we will use for the difficult pad a solder ball. Yes, a solder ball, and hit the place around in order for the solder ball to mount the dot and make a large enough space for the chip to mount. You can see I'm using a very tiny airspeed, very little airspeed for not losing the solder ball. We have masked the place before soldering the ball on the missing pad. We will wiggle around with our soldering pen and hit the area with our blower. Assisting the soldering of the solder ball on the copper dot. You can see we're ensuring that this ball is soldered. Now it is. Yes, it is mounted heavily on its place. Now we will use our cleaned IC. We have removed the copper pads from the IC, of course, and we will try to solder it back on its place. Hopefully, don't mind about the right pad, it's not connect, so it will be good. We're using our heat gun with a little air pressure. You can see the ball there as excess solder. We have removed it with our soldering pen. We're cleaning a bit. I think we are done. And now it's the time to check. We have done the soldering. I'm putting my finger there in order for you to see the size of this area that we were working on. The computer is on. As you can see, the fans are spinning. And I will remove the microscope from the overhead camera in order for you to see. The diagnostics are over and we are good. That was the repair as you saw. If you like this video, consider like, subscribe and share. Thanks for watching. See you in another repair. Bye.